Hey, a few of you have asked how to play Dexy's Midnight Runners, Come on Eileen, so I'm going to see if I can show you guys how to do that right now. Hopefully you guys can see the fretboard where I'm going here. So what you do first is you're going to grab this F chord shape. Just the 4 interior strings. If you play all the strings, it gets messy, and you're probably going to miss some here and there just because, you know, getting excited, playing the song, you might lose a little bit of precision. So here you go, you got this. And what you start with is the, and that's just this note here, the C on the 3rd fret on the A string. Okay? Now, after that, you're going to hit that chord. Okay? So what we did there is that F, then we pick up the pinky, and we put it on the B string to get the D. And then we go to a C chord. Okay, so doing that again. Okay, so there we go, getting all the way down to the C. Next chord is a C minor 6, I think. Not really much of a musician, more of a guitar player, but this is the shape here. Basically what it is, if you're going to play an F chord pretty much all the way through, you pick up that pinky, okay? And now you got F in the minor 3rd and the 6th, or I'm sorry, C in the minor 3rd and the 6th, and then a doubled root, that's a C, okay? So we're going to do that, and we're going to grab that D again, and we're going to go to a B flat. Okay, so coming all the way through, you got okay, so from here, we're going to do some kind of weird stuff. It's easiest if you hold this shape like this, using just these 2 fingers and barring these 3 notes here. The top note's not important, probably not going to hit it, you don't need it, you're not going to miss it. Okay, but we're going to play some notes here to get us in that fall down thing that's doing. I think it's the violin that's playing that. You got it. And we're gonna put that inside of the chord here. So we got here. That was great. So you can see what I'm doing here is I got that B flat, and I'm gonna add the C note here with the pinky. Then I'm gonna get back to a whole F chord. Just get my fingers there, and the first note that I'm going to hit is this A here. So I got the so you come back to this F note here, and then you're going to do like that whole suspended 4th and 2 kind of trick, just like you do with the D, you know. Well, you're going to do it kind of with the around the C here, which would be like. Okay, so it's the same kind of thing. It's just that we're going to make it all come down. So we got. Okay, so just from the beginning here, we got the. Now the C. The song starts here with C. You want to get that cool, and that's just up on the 5th fret on the E string, and come back from A to G, but you're holding it on the C chord. You got the C chord here, bar chord. You just use the pinky to put that note down. So yeah, and now you're going to come up to an E minor. Actually, it's going to end up being an E minor 7 because you need that pinky to do the same trick that you're doing here, you do here. So you got that. Okay, so you got an E minor, and you're going to use the pinky up on the, what's that? That would be an A, just like this was A, G, A, G. Okay. Okay, and you come up a half step to get F, but you're going to do it with no 3rd. You see how I'm just doing, you got root, 5, then the 2. Okay, so you got that. Just so you can do that again. Then you're gonna grab what's a C here, and go back down to G. Okay, so once through, you got the. The second time around, I like to throw in that little bass line part because it looks kind of cool to me. What I'm talking about is this. So this, all you're doing is coming down from, what's this? This is G, F, E. So you got the, but in between, you're going to throw in that. It's a lot easier when a bass player does it for you, but you know, when you're just by yourself, you got to make do. So I want to hear that, so I put that in. If there's anything that you are missing from the song and you can find a place to put it in, go ahead and do it, man. That's what the fun part is for arranging solo acoustic stuff. I mean, there are guys who do it better, but most of them aren't singing too, so, you know, whatever. So let's grab the... there's one more part before we get to the whole Come On Eileen thing, right? So we got that. You got the we can sing this like a father. So you can see what I'm doing there. I just got a G chord. Really need the third here. This note kind of just mute that string so you can't really hear it with your finger that's fretting the G note. Okay, and then you get the, or you could do the, which isn't as fun because there's not enough ringing to stay behind you and keep the excitement up. Okay, so you got, so that's just going from D to E, but while the chord's in place. And you get Come On Eileen, which is just a D. And all you're doing is adding a little bit of a bass line. You go A, B, D, right? You got D, B, D. Come on Eileen. Okay? Then you're going to go basically back to A, and you're going to do the same trick, except now it's E, F sharp, A. I do it with my thumb because it's easy for me. You could probably get away with it with other fingers. However you need to get away with it, do what you got to do. Then you're going to go to E minor. And the only way to get something cool off of that is to just frame the chord. You got to hit the note, the root note. Then you hammer the whole chord, and you pick the notes after. So the first one is hammered, and then you're going to hit this one and fret. Come on, Eileen, come on, Eileen. Sorry about that. So you got the G and the A, and right back in it. Then that just, the little banjo lick is. So what you got there is the B string, right? You're on the 10th to 12th fret. And then you got the 11th fret on the G string. Okay? So that's the lick, and you're just back to. So you're doing that. Okay? Now, I guess the only part left really to show is the whatever you want to call that, bridge, turnaround, I don't care what it is. You got the come on, Eileen, come on. So what you got there is the D. and then an F sharp. You're doing some kind of thing with the piano. I think it's kind of like just adding a fourth, but this is a minor chord, so it sounds a little funny. So when you do that, you're going to lose the straight minor, and you're going to pull this up to be a 7, and you're going to end up with this. So F sharp, and then what's that note there? That would be C sharp and F sharp. Okay, so you pick up this F sharp and you end up with an A, and then you're going to add this note, which is a B. Okay. Now you have shown, oh, Eileen, who you've grown, so grown. Now I must sing. You're going to speed up. So I hope you got all the parts there. Sorry I'm a lousy guitar teacher, but that's the best you're going to get from me. Have a good 4th.